Ricky, what's the last 100 days been like for you?
It's been thoughtful. It's been meaningful. It's been a roller coaster ride as well. Um, I came home into a new world that I hadn't seen or identified with in 23 years. And there was plenty of opportunity to be paralyzed or feel debilitated. Um, but I chose not to. I didn't let any grass grow under my feet. I knew what I wanted to do. I surrounded myself with the right people and had some unique opportunities to achieve some milestones over these last 100 days. So, from the basics, you're talking housing, transportation, clothing, state ID, driver's license, bank account, health coverage, the basic things that an exoneree would need upon reintegrating that every human being would need. And that was all within the first 2 weeks. And whatever was left out, then it was surely done within the first 30 days. And so now we're talking about what has happened over the last 70 days. And we're now, and so then I started building, having the opportunity to speak. I started I Am Resilience, a speaking circuit, small speaking circuit business where I plan to crisscross the country and talk about my resilience. And what I've learned, Andres, is how other people's resilience connect with mine. It's not just my story, it's their story. Mine was a wrongful conviction. Theirs is overcoming divorce or bankruptcy or foster care system. Everybody has a struggle. And I want to be able to teach them about the 5 keys to being able to discover their own resilience. And so I was able to do this, just launched. I've been able to travel. I've been on 4 plane rides, 4 different states, or maybe even a little more. I've been to New York. I've been to New Jersey. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to, just got back from Chicago, sharing in a presentation at Center for Wrongful Convictions. My next destination here shortly is Virginia with PBS NewsHour, Broken Justice segment. And then 2020 is opening up even more. I have 3 speaking events already in my calendar for January and for February, and we haven't even got started yet. So I had a very unique and privileged opportunity, Andres, to meet with the distinguished individuals in our community who also is serious about changing the way justice is taking place here in Missouri or in Kansas City. Those are all unique opportunities, and so I think I've really covered a lot of bases. My play, Gone in a Dash, one of my plays, Gone in a Dash, is in the hands of the Kansas City Repertoire Theater director, artistic director Melinda McQuarrie. So I had opportunity to meet that family over there and then be invited to one of the plays over there. And so it's been great. It's been great. Some of the work here at MIP continues to go on. We've been doing good here, really trying to go back and get other men and women who are wrongfully convicted, of course. That's been important. We have Ryan Ferguson Netflix documentary is about to be released here shortly called Dream Killer. And I'll be speaking at that screening event here in Kansas City. So we're excited about that. And coming up on my 100-day mark, we have Giving Tuesday. It's coming up for the Midwest Innocence Project, where it's one of our last rounds of fundraising to go back and get other people like me. And so that's been important, to showcase me and show people what they get when innocence projects go back and get the people that need to be here. And so those are the things that's kind of been going on. And today, we celebrate my 100th day with the family here at MIP. And we're going to have some food items and some cakes and some good laughs here in a second. And then reflect. And then reflect on how we got here, why we do the work, and then how do we continue to move forward. And so it's going to be a celebratory but reflective moment this evening, but nonetheless very important.
Ricky, as you go to these speaking circuits and you visit these 4 states and share your story with them, is there anything new that you learn in sharing that story, or is there anything that you hear from them that is enlightening for you?
It is. I was surprised that people want to hear more. And they keep saying, where's your handler? Who is working with you? Because you need to be out there. Don't stop telling your story. Whatever you do, don't stop telling your story. And I was shocked. I really was shocked. I just thought it would be, hey, good job. You know, maybe go home, turn out the lights. It's over. You know, I genuinely did. This isn't. It's way more. It's way more than I imagined. I did not believe that there would be a place for me on the world stage, so to speak, because these are different states and these are different places, and they keep saying the people need to hear your story. Go, please go. So I was shocked to that, A. And then B, I discovered, I thought I was just telling my story at first. And then as I just mentioned, but it's our story. I Am Resilience is our story. Because we all are coming through something or getting over something. And when I was at William Jewish College, one of the staff there, spouse, it was cancer for them. And she reached out and held my hand, and her eyes began to water, and she said, I too am resilience. And it made my eyes water. And it made me recognize it. And then somebody else came to me and whispered in my ear. I did a book signing. And they said, the guy book who you just signed, he has a medical condition, which I won't share. He said, but he too is resilience. And on the drive home, it made me realize that I am resilience isn't about Ricky Kidd. I Am Resilience is about all of us. I've just been brave enough or courageous enough to tell my story. Others, not so. But I hope that with this movement, that they will rise up and want to share their story and want to be encouraged and want to feel emboldened, because we all are resilient, and we all have a story to tell. So,
This upcoming Thursday, Thanksgiving.
Sure.
I'm assuming you have a lot to be grateful for this year.
Absolutely.
And tell me, what are you grateful for, and what it will be like to spend your first Thanksgiving with your family?
I'm grateful for lawyers, the Midwest Innocence Project, Sean O'Brien, Cindy Dodge, Quinn O'Brien, Dan Grothaus, a slew of law students, community activists and leaders, 41 Action News, for telling the story and standing with me from the very beginning. Other than that, this story could very well be told from behind prison walls. Less than 1% are ever successful on appeal. But I was among those numbers. I'm grateful for that. I lost 11 times and nobody gave up on me. I'm grateful for that. I came home without a pension, without compensation from the state of Missouri. The Midwest Innocence Project gave me a job. I'm grateful for that. To see my kids, to see my grandkids. One of my oldest daughters is about to have another kid, and I went to her sonogram gender reveal at the doctor's office. It was a girl. I was grateful for that. The opportunity to wake up and champion and be the voice of the voiceless who's still wrongfully convicted sitting behind these prison walls. I'm grateful for that. And so these are the things that I will be thinking about later in the week on Thanksgiving, among many other things. I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to be released and to be doing meaningful work. And it's my first year. It's my first year in 23 years that I get to spend with my family. And they get to spend with me. And we get to laugh. And I'm sure we'll cry. And I'm sure we'll get our bellies full. So I'm excited about that. But I'm also worried. I'm worried about other men like Lamar Johnson, who's still waiting to get out, who should be out right now enjoying his first Thanksgiving with his family. People like Jonathan Irons. These are strong cases of innocence that's already been out there. People already know that they're innocent, but the state is niggling, just like in my case, over technicalities of law. So I'll be grateful, but I'll be saddened and concerned at the same time. So,
are there moments where you feel like you experience survivor's guilt?
absolutely. Yeah. You took the thought right from me. You know, I have to tell you, when I first came home, I said, oh, nothing's wrong with me, and I'll be okay, and not me. Exoneree after 23 years is going to have issues. Not me. Well, one of the first issues that showed up in my life since I've been home, since we've last spoken, is survivor's guilt. So yeah, sure. Yeah, that bothers me. Because I left me back there who I know without a shadow of doubt was innocent. And I get to come home and be with my family and they don't. And that does bother me. It bothers me every day. And so part of me, I do it for them. I live it up or do great things for them, and this is for you. But on the other hand, when do they get the opportunity to enjoy it for themselves? And what do we need to do, and who do we need to talk to so that they can have that opportunity to do it for themselves? So, yeah, that was the first thing that showed up on my radar, and it surprised me. I just recently signed up to seek counseling right now. So over the next couple of weeks after the holidays, I'm going to go in and have a couple sessions because I need somebody to talk to about that and try to process that. Because you look somebody in the face, you connect with them at heart, and you know or feel confident they're innocent, and you get to go and they don't. And yeah, that's a problem.
Moving forward, as families sit down for Thanksgiving, you'll be with them. What do you want them to know for those who are watching your story tonight?
Just to be grateful. Really, to count it all joy. You don't know what it's like until it's all gone, until it's taken away from you. I appreciate every little thing, every smile, every touch, every walk. I walk the park, I walk the trails, just take nothing for granted. Take nothing for granted, and to waste not a day. Waste not a day. And I still see people taking things for granted and wasting their days. Take nothing for granted, waste not a day, count it all joy. That's what I would say. You're absolutely welcome.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that I may have missed here?
No, just that there's work to continue to be done. And this story is not my story. It's our story. It's our story. And that we own it together and we follow it through together. It's not my story. It's not another story of Ricky Kidd. It's the story of all of us, because all of our lives are impacted in some type of way. So I want people to know that. I want you guys to know that this is our story, and we have an obligation to continue to tell it. So